I'm Akira,
and you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
Let's just be cool. Hey, boy. Hey, boy. After I crucify him, you next. Just stay out of my face, chump. Don't turn your back on me second. We had a problem in front of
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Andre Ward, he finally speaks on the situation, him working with Caleb Plant, or at least helping him prepare for the Canelo Alvarez fight. And he cleared up a lot of things. He reacted to Canelo Alvarez kind of implying that Andre Ward could get it too. He explained the type of relationship that he has with Caleb Plant as well. He made it very clear that he wasn't taking over the head coach position. He was just helping out his brother, as he calls him. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip of what Andre Ward said to Fight Hype. Check this out right now, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts.
Well, if you let the internet tell it, I'm training him now. I'm the head trainer. It's I don't know, man. I guess it's normal. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. Like, I talk to a lot of guys, and I work with a lot of guys, you know, but we don't always show people. So I guess people seeing us together and you know, with the big fight coming up with him and Canelo and just all of that, you know, I got some buzz, man, which we knew it was going to, you know, we knew that was going to happen. And that's not why we did it, you know. We talked, we're in contact a lot, and he just wanted to come out. And I said, by all means, man, and, you know, I consider him a brother in the game, so why not? You know, why not?
Okay, so after that, guys, the reporter asked Andre Ward, what do you feel about these Canelo Alvarez fans calling you a hater for training Caleb Plant? And the reporter is going off, Sam, because, you know, this is Canelo. I mean, this is a big fight. We know that you helped people in the past. You helped Tyron Woodley for Jake Paul, but this is a big, big fight against Canelo Alvarez. And then the reporter, he even went so far as to asking, does this break the fighting code for you to be training Caleb Plant against Canelo? And then he said, because, you know, this can't make Canelo Alvarez happy. Now, before I roll the clip and play what Andre Ward said in response, let me just give my take and tell you real quick, guys. I don't understand, why would it be considered some type of big shocking deal that an American great is working with a young American fighter to defeat a Mexican fighter? I mean, this is USA versus Mexico. Now, what would be surprising and what would really have people like, wow, why would he do something like that, is if he was helping Canelo, you know, prepare for maybe a Jamal Charlo fight or a Demetrius Andrade fight or a Floyd Mayweather rematch, right? Then you could say, oh, wow, you know, I'm sure Floyd Mayweather, Jamal Charlo, they can't be too happy about that. Isn't that kind of breaking the fight code? Then I would understand reporters asking questions like that and some fans, you know, being upset or shocked that an American would work with the American to defeat a different country. I mean, if Manny Pacquiao start working with Nonito Donaire to defeat Inoue or Guillermo Rigondeaux, no one is going to look at that as out of the ordinary. That's something that you would expect, right? This should be the same way.
Canelo has got to be feeling some type of way about this. I'm sure he's not happy about it.
Well, I don't have no history with that guy. Like, you know, the internet, since I retired, they came up with this rivalry that's not real. You know, this man has never said my name, you know, pertaining to a fight when I was active and when I was retired. I've never said his name. Like, they weren't, you know, this all came because I'm retired and he fought a common opponent. And even after that fight, he never said my name. So, and I don't think he will ever say my name like that in terms of wanting to fight. So no, we have no history.
I know what you mean. Let me tell you what Canelo said, because somebody asked him, I don't know exactly where it was, but someone asked him how he felt about this. And, you know, Canelo's he's smart up here. He kept it very politically correct. But he said, if both of them were to get in there, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'm not worried about it. Now, that's what he's supposed to say. I'm not worried about it. I ain't sweating it. But do you think he is? I don't want to say he's worried about it, but do you think he does feel a little differently than what those words are? Like, do you feel like he's sitting in his gym like, yo, that's messed up. I can't believe this dude is helping him and da 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 da. Or is it really not even a factor?
I can't call it. I can't call it. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. I mean, if I'm in his shoes, you're going to look at it. He may have some commentary like, okay, I see what's happening. But the man's been a champion a long time, man, and he's not going to let something like that get in the way. So, I can't really call it. I don't know if that's sincere or not.
If the shoe was on the other foot, would you feel some type of, like, would you be like, yo, like
No,
if you were fighting Kovalev and all of a sudden Triple G is showing up at the gym giving Kovalev pointers or something, would you have been like, yo, look at this dude right here? Like, would you have felt, I mean, I know it wouldn't have affected your preparations, but would you have looked at Triple G a little differently?
I mean, well, I just said that. I probably would have looked at it and just laughed and just maybe, you know, been like, man, this is crazy. You know, and just laugh. But you also know the game. Like, this stuff happens all the time. You know, coaches get together. Like, it's a lot of stuff fans don't know, man. Coaches get together. If you fighting a certain guy, they'll strategize together. You know, other sparring partners that used to help you will go help them. Like, it's all kind of stuff. That stuff is just part of the game, man.
Yeah. Hiring sparring partners from other camps and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, hiring strength and conditioning coaches from other teams. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's only a thing because, again, there's a fake rivalry out there that's been talked about for the last 4 years with me and Canelo. So it looks like a thing, but it's really nothing to see. It's really nothing to see.
Do you ever wonder where this energy was 4 years ago, 5 years ago when you were still fighting?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I say it's not real. You know, I can see if there were at least talks when I was active, maybe toward the end of my retirement, and then I decided to retire, and then it's coming back. I could wrap my brain around that. You know, it would make sense to me. This doesn't make any sense. Like, I get it. I know why it's happening because of the common opponent thing, but come on, man. I don't, like, it's not real.
Yeah.
Not real. We have no history.
So there it is right there, guys. Andre Ward, he made it very clear that Canelo Alvarez has never mentioned his name. And to this day, by the way, he still hasn't mentioned his name. He just said in Spanish, both of them can get in the ring. I wouldn't have a problem with it, right? But like I said, Andre Ward, he says, Canelo has never mentioned my name. And then he said, and I don't think he ever will in terms of a fight. So he's almost daring Canelo Alvarez to, you know, formally come out and challenge him to a fight. Now, it's interesting because the fact that Canelo hasn't been pushing for this fight, and remember, guys, it was Oscar De La Hoya, when Oscar was still promoting Canelo, it was Oscar that was pushing for this fight. So now, the fact that when Oscar and Canelo separated, we have never heard Canelo mention Andre Ward's name. That means that this was a fight that Oscar De La Hoya always wanted. Because, guys, you got to remember, Oscar De La Hoya, he fought all the big names in his prime. He fought Pernell Whitaker. He fought Shane Mosley. Moved up in weight and fought Bernard Hopkins, Felix Trinidad, Ike Corte. He fought some monsters. So all of those David Benavidez's, Charlos, and Andrades, Oscar fought them. So when he thinks about Andre Ward, Oscar, he's thinking of what he would have did if he was in Canelo's shoes. Because what would be the closest way to make up for that loss to an old, smaller Floyd Mayweather? You beat the bigger Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather's predecessor, right? The guy that was pound for pound, the undisputed pound for pound champion at the time. And, you know, the last time I called him undisputed, because some of these decafs are slow and don't understand the definition of undisputed, it doesn't just mean you have all the belts. Undisputed, it means that there is no disputing him being pound for pound the best fighter in the world. That's what he was at the time. Once again, I keep telling you guys, winning a whole bunch of belts doesn't mean anything if you're not fighting against the best competition. So once again, this was Oscar De La Hoya's dream to make this fight against Andre Ward. It was Canelo Alvarez's dream to make the fights against Yildirim, Rocky Fielding, Caleb Plant, and Smith. right? You know, I keep hearing Canelo Alvarez fans say, well, who can beat him right now? Who could beat him right now? You can't name anyone that can beat him. Guys, when you say that, all you're telling us is he's fighting in a weak weight class. And the irony in that, the actual best guy for Canelo to fight at 168, which is the most dangerous guy, is David Benavidez. And he won't even fight him, the best guy in the division. That's why being undisputed doesn't mean a whole lot if you're not willing to fight the best guy in that division. I'm gonna make a full video and really break this down in factual details so you guys will understand it even more. But I'll leave it at that. But once again, when it comes to you guys saying who's gonna beat him, you know, that question depends on who's he willing to fight, right? If he's not willing to fight the best, then nobody is gonna beat him because he's gonna make sure that they got a 10% chance of beating him. I mean, these Canelo Alvarez fans are something else. Now you wanna sit over here and say, well, who can beat him? But when Charlo and Andre were calling him out for 6 years, you guys didn't even want Canelo to fight them because you were in fear that Canelo would possibly lose to him. Now you want to sit here 6 years later and say who can beat him when he's fighting against the easiest competition. How come you didn't ask that question at 154? When Canelo was at 154, it was one of the deepest divisions in the sport, like it is today. Canelo Alvarez didn't want to fight any of the toughest challenges. Both of the Charlo brothers were champions, right? Andre was a champion. He only fought Liam Smith, and later on he fought Edeslani Lara, and ended up losing that fight in the majority of people's eyes. So he didn't want to fight the Charlo brothers and Andre at 154. He didn't want to fight them at 160. He doesn't want to fight David Benavidez at 168. And then the fans have a nerve to say, who can beat him? Canelo fans, could you imagine if Canelo had the confidence that you guys have on the keyboards? Man, if he had that type of confidence, oh man, Canelo would have fought everybody. Canelo would have gave Lara a rematch, right? He would have gave Lara a rematch. He probably would have demanded a Floyd Mayweather rematch, right? He would have fought Charlo and Andre 6 years ago when it really mattered. He would be talking about fighting David Benavidez next. If he was as bold as you guys talk, he would have turned down the Yildirim fight and he would have told the WBC, why would I want to fight a bum like Yildirim? I want the lineal champion, David Benavidez. Because you know he's the lineal champion, right? That's what they called Tyson Fury for the longest. Tyson Fury, he tested positive for cocaine just like David Benavidez did. He tested positive for PEDs. He was stripped of his title. But because he didn't lose his belt in the ring, he was considered the lineal champion, right? So once again, you Canelo fans, you should be reaching out to him. If you really believe that he should be as ballsy as you guys are, then you guys need to start flooding his comment sections on his IG, his Twitter, and tell him, come on, Canelo, I believe in you. I know you can do it. I got confidence in you. I know you can beat all of these guys. You guys should all start telling Canelo Alvarez this. Maybe that message will resonate enough, and Canelo will wake up one day and say, yeah, I can do it. I really can do it. I gotta believe in myself, and I'm gonna start believing in myself today. I'm about to fight all of the dangerous fighters. Hopefully that happens one day. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Hello, my name is Dominic. I just got my procedure done here at South Carolinas. I was recommended by Dante's Boxing Nation, and it's real. You know, here's the results. The brother out here, Brother Enoch, is real, and it's a very, very, very good recommendation. I recommend it. 4 hours, you in, you out, and it's the rest of your life.
So if anyone in the world wants this hookup, make sure you contact my man Anak at 704-499-3471 and make sure to follow him on Instagram. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improve footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Tony Flow Knight. Hey, make sure y'all go download the new album at www.shelltown5records.com. That's www.shelltown5records.com. Flames is all we got.